to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Leslie and I'm a lifestyle vlogger, and this is going to be my nighttime routine for my baby. This is something that I have been doing since my baby was about 2.5, 3 weeks old. I started this routine because, you guys, having a newborn is so hard. Like, the sleep deprivation that you go through is so unreal. Like I mentioned in my postpartum video, like I feel like that's something people really didn't talk about a lot, is how sleep deprived you're going to be. So when I started doing research on baby sleep, you guys, I learned that having a little nighttime routine for your baby is really good, not only to help them sleep longer, but also gets them out of that night and day time confusion, because a lot of the times when your baby is first born, it's confused with night and day. So that's a lot of the reasons why the baby stays up so much longer at night and sleeps all day, because it's confused still with that time. And it takes some time to get that baby out of that. But transitioning into a nighttime routine, something that you do every single night to let the baby know that, hey, it's nighttime, it's time to go to sleep, we're all going to sleep, I feel like is very helpful. And I watched so many videos here on YouTube on nighttime routines for newborns. I did research. I was all over Instagram trying to see what has helped for, what has helped different moms. And that's how I came up with my little routine for my family and things that I've been doing that's helped us. I'm not saying that this routine is like 100% proof and that it's going to work every single night. My baby still wakes up twice a night to wake up for a feed, but compared to waking up every half hour to 2 hours every single night, once I started doing this routine, he started sleeping, having a good 4-hour stretch in that first sleep, and that was so much needed, not just for him but for me. Mama needs to sleep too. Like, that's one thing, like, you need to get as much rest as possible as well, especially in the beginning of being a new mom. So like I said, we started doing this, and I know a lot of people, they don't believe in bathing the baby every single day. We, on the other hand, my baby really seems to enjoy bath time. It calms him instantly. He can be super fussy, but the moment he starts to hear the water going, he knows it's his bath time, and he's so calm, you guys. And the moment that we put him in the bath, like, he's happy, so much more relaxed and calm. Sometimes he gets so tired just from the bath alone that he tries to go to sleep right away, but I don't let him. I usually try to keep him up a little bit, that way he can feed and then go to sleep. So things that I'm going to be talking about in this video that you're going to be seeing is his like I said, nighttime routine. We give him his bath. We try to keep him up, anywhere from like an hour to an hour and a half prior to his time of bed. And usually his nighttime routine starts at between 8 and 8:30. Right now, I'm trying to start it a little bit earlier at 7 p.m. so he can be in bed by 8. I tried it last night. It was a fail. He woke up like 3 times before 9 o'clock. Like, so I know that he's going to, we do is like play with him, try to keep him awake during that time. We let him watch some cartoons, kind of trying to entertain him. I sing to him. I just try to keep him up. Then when I see that it's kind of getting closer to that like 8 o'clock mark, I start getting the water ready. And that's when I said, like, I start telling him, like, oh, it's bath time. And I take him into the restroom with me so he can see that it's, I'm running the water. Adding lavender drops also is really good. I've heard some moms that they just use the lavender Johnson & Johnson bath, and that helps a lot as well. So it's kind of your preference. Like, if you just want to use the lavender Johnson & Johnson baby nighttime, I think that'll be really great. But I don't have that, but I did have the lavender drops, so I went ahead and just used that. After the bath time, we kind of just changed him. And then another thing that was such a game changer for us, you guys, is the Colic baby massage. Now, the first few weeks, my baby was crying all the time. Around the same time every evening, he'd get so fussy, you guys. There was times where I would literally start crying because I just didn't know how to soothe him anymore. Like, I didn't know what else to do. So I ended up looking up on YouTube colic massage for baby, and there was a video that I found, and it was like a nurse lady, and she was giving this massage. I'm gonna go ahead and link that video down below. And she did a very thorough massage for colic. And colic can be just like irritability and just really gas trapped in the baby's tummy that they don't know how to push out yet. So it can be really irritating to their little tummies. and she shows you how to gently massage their stomach with pressure and different techniques to get things moving for them. What I do it with is with coconut oil. So you can do any oil. The lady was saying you can even do like olive oil or whatever, like kitchen oil. But if you have coconut oil, it's good because it's hydrating. And babies have really dry skin anyway. So I do a little bit of coconut oil. I just rub it in my hands. This is just the organic coconut oil. I just put it all on my hands so it's nice and warm, like really, really warm. Then I start massaging his stomach. I was going to add a little clip here of us massaging the baby, but I don't know if I feel 100% comfortable with that because there's some creeps out here on YouTube, you guys. But like I said, I just massage his belly, and if I notice he's starting to get a little fussy, because that was the one thing that the lady said, if the baby's fussy and crying, while you're trying to massage his stomach, just stop, because they're going to tense up, and if they're tense, then that massage is not going to work. So just kind of massage him, and if I notice that he's getting fussy, I just kind of start massaging down his legs, and I start pulling his little legs, massage his feet until he calms down again. Then I move back to his tummy. So doing bath time, massage, and then we go ahead and put his little clothes on, his pajamas, or like little onesie, because I put him in a swaddle. And then the next thing that's a game changer is a swaddle. Also, when we started swaddling him, in the very beginning when he was first born, like he was swaddled the way the hospital swaddles him, and he was fine, he was perfect. But once we got home, we started getting lazy, and two, we didn't know how to really swaddle him that good, and he would wake up with his arms, like his little hands like this, and his arms up. And my husband would be like, that's how he wants to sleep. He sleeps more comfortable like that. Let him sleep like that. So I would, but what would happen was that they have that startle reflex. So when he'd be sleeping, and like he'd go like that and wake himself up from sleeping. And most of the time, he'd wake up crying because he startled himself and he's scared, So that's another reason why people swaddle their baby so tight, so they can keep from doing that and get a good night rest. So I was looking up the best swaddles, and I found one on Amazon called I Love to Dream, and it kind of looks like a little starfish, and it's a zipper. It's a double zipper, so I love it because it has a zipper at the feet that at night, if you need to change your diaper or whatever, you just zip it up and you don't have to undo the whole swaddle. You can just zip up from the bottom up and take the baby's little legs out, do your diaper change, and everything's still good. But the reason why I like it is because it's a natural position. So if they keep their hands up like this, that way they can still touch their face and comfort themselves, but it's nice and tight at the same time. So it keeps them from startling themselves and waking themselves up. When I started doing this nighttime routine, my baby went from, like I said, waking up every 2 hours, hour and a half, to the first time he slept 4 to 5 hours. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God. Like, I even woke up scared, like, oh my God, how long has my baby been sleeping? Like, I started to feel like, does he need to eat? But he was just sleeping so good. I also got really good tips from another YouTuber. I'll link down her video on what she does. Her routine is very similar to mine because I got, like I said, inspired by her routine. And she was talking a lot about on her Instagram stories, like what she does to just help the baby sleep a little bit longer, which is the moment the baby wakes up, don't immediately pop out a titty and try feeding the baby. Sometimes the baby just needs to be soothed back to sleep. Sometimes they just need their diaper changed and soothed. You're not just feeding the baby just because they're crying. Sometimes they could be crying because they need to be burped. Sometimes they need, they need to be changed, or they just need to be soothed. So trying those things out now is what I do before I immediately feed. And sometimes that gives me another hour. So this is my routine that's helped me so much, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you do, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, please link them down below in the comments down below. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video, then please keep on watching. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And for today's video, I look crazy, but we are going to be trying to do our nighttime routine with the baby. I really want to put this out there, like, I am a new mom, so this for me is something that I'm barely starting. I am not saying that this is going to work for your baby or that it always works for mine, but I've taken here and there little tips that I've learned along the way from other moms, and I've kind of put it together, made my own routine for my baby, and I've seen a difference in his sleep. When I started implementing this routine for my baby, he started sleeping a lot longer, I think because he's more comfortable, and it's been working for my family. And I can only imagine if I keep going with this routine, and the older he gets, the longer that he's going to sleep and eventually start sleeping through the night. But right now it is about 6:30, and around this time he's already stayed up from He's already had his afternoon nap, and right now he's kind of up. So at this time, I will either play with him, we'll do some tummy time. I try to entertain him where I put cartoons on and kind of see like if he's interested in watching them. If not, like I said, we do tummy time. But also what I like to do is bring him into his crib, because my crib is black and white contrast with some red colors, and I know that little babies like are interested in that, especially him. He's only 2 months old, so that really attracts him. And also the mobile that my mother-in-law got for the baby for the crib is also black and white. So I put him in here to just kind of let his eyes kind of explore everything around him. And also I want him to get used to his crib. I don't want him to be scared of it, because he does stay with us in our room in a bassinet, but I want to introduce him to his crib as well. I let him take naps in here and things like that, but I also just want him to hang out here. This is him just chilling in his crib, and he loves to look at his little black and white mobile or the fan up here. So I just kind of let him hang out here for a few minutes. We just finished doing some tummy time. We are just gonna chill and explore our crib. And while that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and get his stuff ready for his bath. So I'm gonna get a thin onesie like this. And then I'm gonna get a diaper out that he'll probably wear. Here's a little lotion for a little massage. And then I give him a colic massage with coconut oil. So I'll also be using this, but since it's glass, I like to just keep it in here. And he's been having a diaper rash, so I've been using this and breast milk, but we just got this, the Boudreaux butt paste, that we're gonna try in a little bit. Hopefully it helps the baby with his little diaper rash. So I kind of keep this here on the side. Hey. So the next thing I do is I make sure I have Pampers and everything I'm gonna need for the night. This is a little basket that I have on the side of the bed on a little nightstand. I have our wipes. I make sure it's loaded with diapers. Also my Hacka, burp cloth, some Vaseline, and some diaper cream as well. I like to stock this up just to make sure anything that you're gonna need is easy to grab and go. So this stays on the nightstand, like I said, next to me. Also some gripe water and some nipple cream, because girls, sometimes you need that. I make sure I have that. And also this is the swaddle that we have been loving since the baby was like 3 weeks old. This is called I Love to Dream, and we got it on Amazon. This swaddle I like because it lets them still soothe themselves with their hands. It kind of makes them look like a little starfish, you guys. We were using the size small, but he is now on to the medium size now that he's almost like 13 pounds. So that one no longer fits him, but he loves that swaddle. Now here I'm just showing y'all that he sleeps next to us in a little bassinet with the Dakatot in there. And this is where the little caddy goes, just next to me with his little nightlight that I have. And around 7:30 he takes a small 30-minute nap, and I let him take this nap because I feed him at this time. And he just takes a small little nap, and within 30 minutes, guys, he's awake and wants to have a little bit more playtime. And that works for us because during that time I take my dog outside, I feed her dinner, and by the time we're back, like, he's ready to play. And I put him in his little bouncer and we play with his little toys for a little bit, and then we start getting his bath stuff ready. That way he can be in the bath by 8:39, and my husband usually helps me with bath time. So we just do warm water, not too hot. My husband always checks the water on his forearm to make sure it's at the right temperature for the baby. Now we also add in lavender oil drops to his bath. It kind of reminds me of the Johnson& Johnson lavender nighttime bath. Lavender is so good to just relax your body and let you know it's time to get some rest. And we've been enjoying adding those drops to the bath. The baby gets a bath every single day. I know not every person likes to bathe their baby every day, but it's what has worked for ours. It relaxes him and he really enjoys bath time because he usually tries to fall asleep in the bath. So once he started doing this routine, you guys, I really saw a difference in his sleep. He went from waking up like every 2 hours every single night to going, having long stretches from 4 to 5 hours sleep cycles and only waking up twice in one night. Now we have seen a difference. Just creating this routine since he was about 3 weeks old. I didn't listen to when people were saying that he was too young to have a routine. I think it's good to have a routine for your baby. It helps them know it's time for bed and they'll start to fall asleep on their own. So these little things I implemented early on when he was a newborn, and it has helped having his little bath time, his massage, all that stuff has helped him so much, you guys, and I highly recommend you trying it out. Like I said, I'm not saying it's going to work for everyone, but you never know until you try it out. So after the bath, I usually give my baby his passy just to help him soothe. And he shows hunger cues that he's getting really nice and tired and ready for his evening meal and to just go to sleep. But my baby loves bath time, you guys. And after bath time, we start on his colic massage that I do with coconut oil. I found this colic massage on YouTube and it was so helpful, you guys, especially in the beginning when my baby suffered a lot with colic and gas and just being really fussy. Doing this massage every single night after bath time helped so much to relieve the gas and colic. And the next day, my baby felt so much better. He started being able to use the restroom more and pass gas on his own. And I saw a major change in just how he felt. So guys, the next thing that we do is put him in his swaddle. This is a size small, like I mentioned. We love this swaddle because since the very beginning, my baby, as soon as he discovered his hands, he hated having his hands swaddled. But the thing about babies is they have that reflex that kind of makes them kind of like twitch in their sleep, and that will wake them up. So this swaddle keeps him having his hands up by his face the way he likes, and that way he can still soothe himself to sleep, but also gives him that snug feeling. That way it keeps them asleep longer. And I also like that it has this little zipper feature at the top by the neck that keeps it safe. That way it doesn't hurt him or pinch him or anything like that. But we are moving on to the size medium now that my baby is 12 pounds. But this, seriously guys, is a game changer. Having him swaddled and not swaddled, we saw a difference in his sleep. With him not being swaddled, he was constantly waking up every time he would startle himself or just being fussy. And with this little swaddle, the I Love to Dream, it makes him sleep a little bit longer. Now, the next thing that we do is put on the baby's outlet sock, and this is something that we purchased after the baby was a few days old. My baby was in the NICU, and we just wanted a little peace of mind, and he is 2 months old now, and we use it every single night. They have an app that lets you monitor the baby and their sleep cycles. So I really like this because it lets me see if my baby is getting good rest and if everything is okay with his oxygen. And I love that the swaddle can be unbuttoned from the bottom or unzipped from the bottom, easy to put on and change diapers throughout the night. The next thing that I do is put on a white noise in the background. I use it on my iPad. I found a video on YouTube that's 10 hours long and it has worked great for us. I just put it on and the baby seems to really enjoy it. Then I just put him down next to us. He's usually down by 9:30, 10 o'clock the latest, and he will sleep for a good 3 to 4 hours, you guys, instead of waking up every two. Sometimes he even wakes up till like 4 or 5 in the morning for his first feed. I've seen such a difference now that we like made this night routine every single night with the bath, the little massage. I highly recommend you trying these steps out. See if your baby starts to sleep longer. I'll go ahead and post everything I do in the description down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.